A very good evening to you watching us at home. This is the Sunday Group Show, the only show on TV that brings you the best of true Christian entertainment. Today I'm privileged to have one of the amazing reggae artists in Ghana. You would love this man, and I know you would love him. But for now, let's go for this quick break. Let me also use this opportunity to tell you that this program is sponsored by Sunny Gold Brown Sugar. Let's go for this quick break. I'll be back.
If you must eat sugar, then I recommend Sunny Gold Brown Sugar. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar comes in 4 nice and attractive packages. Choose the bottle pack and you get a free spoon as well as a plastic shrink wrap label to keep insects away. Choose the sachet pack and you get a tough plastic package and a Ziploc. Choose the cubes in a bottle and you get a plastic shrink wrap. The sugar sticks are convenient to carry any day, anytime. Best for hotels and restaurants too. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar is available in supermarkets. Telephone 0244 636 322. Website www.oxyindustries.com.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
All right, welcome back from that break, and I have in the house my one and only Nat Abbey. Wagwan, man.
Everything cool, man. Everything crisp. You see, everything clear.
All right, so today is all about patois, it's all about gospel reggae. Nat, it's your first time on the show.
Yeah, man. It's my first time.
Experience?
I mean, I'm just loving it. I've been watching it on TV, and today I'm here, and it's amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You guys are doing great work.
Thank you. Nat Abbey, let's talk a little bit. Where do you come from?
I'm a Ghan.
Okay.
My mom comes from Nungwa, and my dad comes from Gamashi, Abechewe. Okay. And then my dad, my dad's mom comes from Abechewe, and the father comes from Ewutu. But then they are all like Ghans because you know when you come to Ghana like this, Nungwa like this, part of the Nungwa people come from Dodowa. Some of them also come from Oyibi. So somebody will say, okay, Nungwa people, some of them come from Oyibi. Okay. So, and then Kataman, so some of them come from that place too as well. So the Ghana people, the Gamashi, Abechewe, some of them also come from Ewutu, and some of them speak Guan. Okay. So that's where my dad comes from. But I'm a a Ghana person.
Wow. So do you have any siblings?
Yeah, we are 2. Yeah, I'm the last. My sister, Hannah Abbey, she's now Mrs. Hannah Alma, she's in UK, and I'm in Ghana. So that's the 2 of us.
Wow. And which school did you attend?
Yeah, from the primary, I went to Sena Joy, and then JHS, Sena Joy, SHS, Osuprisek, and then university, I went to Central University.
Wow. Yeah. When I look at your mannerisms, was there any way you were part of the school cadet corps or something like that? Because the way you are so...
Oh, never. I've never been part of cadets because I'm always afraid of this kind of salute. What even threw me away, one day I was going for, just passing around the cadet training. And I learned when they say right turn and you do left turn and you meet the person will slap you. And I don't want that. So and they do exercise too much, so I didn't want that. So I didn't want to go. I'd never been part of cadets, but I love gospel reggae. Wow. Not necessarily gospel reggae. I love reggae music growing up. Yeah. So maybe that's where that vibration is coming from.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. You just mentioned growing up. Growing up, what are some of the challenges you've had as an individual, as a son to your parents and all that? What are some of the challenges?
I think my major challenge has been the absence of my father. Okay. Because you know, when you're growing up as a young man, you always look up to your father to always direct you, to always tell you, you know, you see yourself in him. But my mom played that role because at the age of 5 years, my dad traveled to seek greener pastures outside the country. So grew up with my mom of blessed memory, and we've been through a lot. I mean, financial support, a lot. And growing up, Christian life wasn't easy. Things weren't too easy. Seriously, it wasn't easy. So I feel very sad that my mom is not here. That now things are getting better for her to enjoy. But I know God has a better place for her.
Wow.
Yeah.
This one, I want to do a little concern. What happened at the age of 13? Someone was telling me at the age of 13, you just you became a bad boy.
You know when you're born in a Christian family, like a preacher's kid or a pastor's kid or maybe even a deacon's kid. Sometimes you've seen all, like, so it's all about going to church, reading the Bible, and sometimes if you don't have an encounter for yourself, it becomes difficult for you to have a message about who God is. Because I got to a point I said, I want to know the God that my mom is praying to, and not me hear of what my mom is telling me. Because I'm hearing, my mom is saying God is good, and we are suffering like this, and sometimes there's no food in the house, and God is good. Charlie, forget about it. So me, I backslided at the age of 13 years. All the things you can think of, except smoking. I did it.
Wow.
Drinking alcohol, chasing. In fact, I was a fresh boy, so they were chasing me. They were chasing me. In the whole area, I was the freshest. And I was the person who had TV at that age. Because my dad, me papa free abroche, that kind of thing. I had this Nintendo game in my room, Sega.
Sega.
Everybody come to my room to play game. And,
wow.
That time eventually, but
you were still in church, and now.
Yes, I was still going to church, but my mom said I should go to church. So if I don't go to church,
so you're still in church and you're still,
Yeah, because you see, they come to a point where if you don't have an encounter, it's difficult for you to wholeheartedly believe in God. Because it's not just about going to church. And I keep saying this because I'm out of that thing. I backslided, and now God gave me an encounter. He gave me an encounter. I saw who God was. I had an encounter with God. And I knew that it was not just something that my mom was telling me, but something that I can testify. He gave me. Because sometimes we won't let everybody have an encounter. Saul had an encounter on the way of Damascus. And he became Paul. And through that, he changed. His life changed. Everybody who had an encounter had a way of approaching the gospel.
Wow.
You get me? So sometimes it's not everybody who is going to church that has had an encounter with God. Some of them are just going because they don't have anywhere going on Sunday. And they have sewn a new dress. But when you have an encounter, assuming God opens your eyes and you see an angel standing there with a sword protecting you, the way you approach the things of God is different. Wow. Totally different.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you become a musician?
Music has been something that is in my family. My dad is a musician. My dad started with people like Rex Omar, started with people like Amanziba, people like Prince David, and then they started the Wulomo band. So that music is an inherent gift that I got from my dad and my family. My sister also sings. So music, in fact, my dad told me that when I was very young, at the age of 2-3 years old, he took me to the studio with his friend KK Kabobu.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And Willie Roy, late Willie Roy, is my dad's closest friend.
Wow.
So, and the music started from the family. But I would say that as something that you have, you still work on it. I mean, at the age of 12 years, 13 years in primary school, I was in the choir, I was singing. I even became the music director of my JHS school.
Wow.
And then in SHS too, we started the first ever a cappella in Osupeshek. That's called the Psalms a cappella. And then when I went to university too, I was also part of the mass choir. I was also performing as a praise and worship leader. And
which university?
Central University.
Central University.
Yeah, going for intellectual and stuff. So music, that's where music started. But I would say that professional music actually started somewhere about 13 years ago.
Wow.
But I started leading praise and worship in my church. I've been leading praise and worship in my church for 15 years now, since 2004.
Wow. You made mention of KK Kabobo. Did you learn anything from KK Kabobo?
I was very young, so I don't even remember that I ever even got close to him. I mean, even if KK Kabobo sees me today, I'm not sure he'll remember, unless my dad tells him, say, Abufrana, I found the last time. That's the kid. So, you know,
Wow.
I met Amanziba and I mentioned my dad's name. He said, "Whoa, you're Rex Abe Bijibo." Yeah. I met him at VGMA Nominees Awards.
Okay.
I had the privilege to be part of that program, and we spoke at length. It's like, wow, Abe Bijibo, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, Abe Ahwabruchi. You know, we just spoke, and so he gave me his card. He said, I should anything, I should just link up. So I believe they remember my dad, and this year my dad will be coming to Ghana for a gospel reggae night.
Wow.
As part of the artist on the bill.
Wow. I must say I like your music. You know, you are one of the reggae artists we have in Ghana. You are so exceptional. I mean, when it comes to reggae music, if you are not listening to Nat Abbey's song, then I wonder. There are only two names I know in Ghana when it comes to reggae. It's Nat Abbey and Akese Bempong. These two, if you are not listening to them, then maybe you are not listening to any proper gospel reggae song. Now, let's talk about your reggae music. How are Ghanaians responding to this kind of, music? Are they really appreciating it, or they see it as an off thing?
I will start by going a bit back. In 2012, I had the privilege of traveling outside the country. So I went to tour in UK, in Ireland, with a couple of people like Uchi Agu, Obi Shine, Waloni, a lot of people. And when I got to UK, I was supposed to come back in June. And I said, I want to stay. And God told me that I should come down to Ghana, and He has a mission for me. Then I checked in the history of Ghana in 2013. There was nobody in Ghana has ever done a strictly gospel reggae night before.
Wow.
So I told God, reggae, I love reggae, but why reggae? Because I know people are doing worship. Reggae is not something that people will accept. I said, no, I am not asking you to come and do something that people are doing. I'm asking you to come and set history. Come and chart the path. So we did our first ever gospel reggae night on the 1st of September 2013. And that program hosted, Akesi was on bill, Eric Jeshron, Kobe Mante, Kabe Salmon, Pastor Isaiah, and Wisdom Olives, Iko Logo, a whole lot of, then time, the cream de la cream of gospel ministers. They passed by. And that was the first time we did reggae. And from then, reggae has now started revolving. Now you see people doing reggae in their songs, because we have the likes of Nanaya Awasari, we have the likes of Yasapon who were doing reggae, but they never did a strictly reggae concert. So when we started in 2013, the support was not there. People were like, reggae is for the world. The reggae is not it's a secular genre. But I told them, listen, there is nothing called a secular genre. What we have is a secular message and a gospel message.
Wow. Can you repeat that again?
There is nothing called a secular genre. What you have is a secular message and a gospel message.
Wow.
Every genre was created by God.
Wow.
It will shock you that we'll get to heaven. What we even call worship is not worship. The slow song we sing, it's not worship. They'll tell you it's a prayer song. It's the tempo that we call. Who told you? The Psalms. Who told you that David Psalms is only, it was slow? Did you ever read as when David was singing, it was slow? He didn't even mention tempo. Genre is something, God created music. He put the music in Lucifer. Read Isaiah. Lucifer had something that he didn't create. It was God up. So if God puts something in somebody, doesn't mean that God doesn't have more.
He has more.
If God created time, He lives out of time. God creates seasons. He lives out of season. God is never past or present or future. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. God, as I'm talking to you, is looking at the day you were born, the day you die, and you're now. At the same time, He's looking at it. Because if this chair we are sitting on is time, God is out of this chair. Because if He creates something, He cannot be in it. Because He's bigger than what He created.
Good.
The one who created the watch and the computer, do they live in it? Do you see Bill Gates in computer? No, it's bigger than the computer. So that is how God is. So why are we so trying to relate to God based on tempo? We are releasing to God based on top and say, if this person is doing worship, it's anointed. If this person is doing reggae, it's not anointed. It's an error. And God is bringing us to a place where we have to send the message to, like Paul said, to the Roman, I became Roman, to the Greek, I became Greek. That for the sake of the gospel, I might win them. God is calling us. We are in the end time where we have to stop this competition and unnecessary argument over who is doing what is right. Ask yourself, match yourself by what God has called you to do, and check how far am I. That is the most important thing. Compete yourself with yourself. God has given you a mission. Focus on it. What God has told me is not what God has told you. Yeah. So if you are doing Sunday groove and I say, oh, why is it not weekly groove? And not, why are you focusing on Sunday groove? Why is it not weekly groove? And somebody will say, well, me, I'll do, and my own is better than you. It's an error. It's an error. And that is one thing I'm saying. That is, you asked me about the support people. That's what I'm saying. People come to gospel reggae night and they are liberated. They feel like they can just dress their jeans. It's not the suit. It's not that kind of pious, sanctimonious way of pious. And then, but come to reggae night, enjoy yourself, spirify yourself in a reggae style. Enjoy God loves comfort. He loves liberty. It's in the presence of God, there is liberty. Yeah. So why do we have to feel like, oh, unless I'm doing slow song before it is acceptable? No, it's an error.
Wow. Wow, in just a few minutes, I'm even blown away. It's going to be really hot on today's show. But Nas, before we continue, let's go for one of your videos. But I like this song. Is it No Night in Zion? I think I once heard you sing that song.
No Night in Zion. Oh, okay, that song is actually a song that people say is not a Christian song. But me, I asked them, is this song, this song that So Winners did, No Jesus, No Life. It became No Woman, No Cry.
Yeah.
But that song has saved a lot of people.
Yes, sure.
Will you say it's wrong?
No.
No night in Zion, there is no night there. Hallelujah, there is no night there. Jesus Christ is our light. And we need is it not in Revelation that he will be our light and we will not need the sun again?
Sure.
It's biblical.
Wow. All right, so let's go for this video from Nat Abbey. We'll be back. All right, so that was Narrow Way from our brother Nat Abbey. And you're having an exciting chat, but in case you didn't know, let me put this one out there. Nat was telling me that he has 15 years experience in church politics.
You have not heard that before, right?
Church politics, 50 years. Nat, what are you trying to say?
Oh, what I'm telling you is that, you see, when it comes to support of musicians, and then you're coming to say, oh, the pastors don't support. It has been there for long. We'll be in the church, they'll bring somebody, pay the person. And you yourself, when they go and ask for support, they say, Sikano. Wow. I've seen it. I've seen it all. I'm telling the truth. You do events in your own church thinking there's the need for support. Wow. People even feel that you are proud because, you see, we have substituted assertiveness to be pride. To be assertive is to be forceful, to be achieving, to have something focusful, to want to achieve and be determined about it. Pride is to mention about your already achieved things or talking about your success. If somebody now, those who know me, they know me. I don't talk about what I've achieved. No, I don't talk about it. No. I don't, because I'm like Paul, count it all joy. All those things that I don't consider myself to have apprehended. But this one thing I do, forgetting about the things that I've achieved and pressing on towards the mark of the high calling. Wow. So if you want to say, okay, churches are not supporting musicians, but we will still do it. Wow. I told somebody, if God didn't give up on you when you started, do you think that now that things are becoming a bit brighter, he will leave you.
No.
If God promised you something in the light and you go through the night, never doubt him. Because the weeping only endure for a night. And so those who look down on you, those who think that you can't make it, I want to encourage you. They are forgetting that the weeping is just for the night, and soon the morning is coming.
Wow.
It doesn't matter who is making it, who is being heard. Some years ago, they were not heard. And just as the light has shined on them, God has a season for everybody. Wow. That's why I wrote my song. God gave me this song in Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1. He said, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Arise, shine, for the light of God is on you. A new day has come on. It doesn't matter what you're going through. And I chose somebody. One day I was going in the evening, and I greeted somebody, good morning. And they said, good morning by this time. I said, morning, it is not a time. Morning is a season. So even in the night, you can have morning. Morning is when your light shines. Wow. So in somebody's darkness, it can be your morning. Wow. You don't know that now that people are complaining, things are difficult in the country. People are buying car.
Yeah.
People are building houses. Yeah. People are marrying. Yeah. Others are divorcing. What is it? Sure. It is light.
Wow.
So I have seen it all when it comes to church politics. The things pastors do to musicians, the things musicians do to pastors, the things leaders do to their own church members. The church, I've seen it. But I will say that me, where I am now, I don't look up to any pastor. I'll look at help from any church. Wow. I know my ministry is for the church and for the world as well. Because God has called me out, ecclesia, called out to be the light of the world. But I will not wait for a pastor to support me before I believe in what I'm called to do. Wow. No. Wow. Because one day I'll answer.
Let me also take this opportunity to ask you. So, assuming a church wants your services, I mean, is in need of your services, so they want to take you from your church so that you could be of, service to their church, would you leave your church too?
What I see myself is I'm a minister and I have a calling. Okay. And the one who sent me has a location and then has a purpose. Okay. So if I have not achieved the purpose for which the man who sent me to that church, I can't leave. Wow. If God says move, I move. Okay. It was Prophet Agabus that prophesied to Paul that when you go to Jerusalem, the way the belt has been tied to my belt, that's the same way they are going to bind you. And he said, I don't mind. Because it was part of God's prophecy for Paul to die and to go to prison. That he will even stand before August Caesar to witness to him. So even though to the people, they were like, oh, this is a prophetic word, but that was not in line. Anytime man tell you something that is not in line with the vision and the purpose and the calling of God for your life, don't listen. Because the one that you give account to is God. People will say, oh, Nat, I need you in my church. Come and minister. I can come and minister. But to leave from my church and come and stay there, God must speak to me that I want you to leave. This is the time to leave and go here. Else, I'm just doing what I want.
Wow. All right. So I also want to ask you, per your earlier submissions, you said that we don't have a secular song, right?
Yeah. We don't have a secular genre. We have a secular message.
A secular genre. We have a secular message.
It
could also mean that you are trying to say we don't have a secular song, but we have a secular message, right?
Genre is a style.
Genre is broad.
Genre. Let me break it down. When you come to reggae genre, you follow a particular tempo pattern, or what we call time signature. When you come to worship, it comes to a particular tempo. Praises, pop, Afro pop, rock. It's the message. What is the person trying to say, and who is the recipient of that message? Okay. So if I'm singing a secular song, what's the focus? Sensual. And who is receiving it? Deity, devil. If I'm speaking a gospel song or singing a gospel message, who is the recipient? God. What am I seeking to achieve? To boost the faith of the one listening. So it doesn't matter whether it is slow, whether it is fast. The focus is the message I'm sending.
The reason why I'm asking this question is because we have some hip life songs that looks almost like gospel in quotes. the words in there are not words that talk about, for example, that talk about women.
Okay, let me ask you.
drinking.
You are saying like CCTV.
Exactly. Would you term that as a gospel song or?
The first thing is, if the cup is dirty, the content is dirty.
Repeat that again.
If the cup is dirty, the content is dirty. If I give you water, clean water, in a calabash, you will drink. If I give you clean water in a chamber pot, you will not drink.
Wow.
Do you know why? Because the content is clean, but the container has dented himself. So I can sing a gospel song, but if I, as a personality, how do people see me? Paul said that we imitate us as we imitate Christ. Because he got to a point that he himself, his life became the message and not what he was saying. So if today, I don't want to call names, but if today somebody like this one can say, I'm singing gospel, and all he's singing is gospel, 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 but then you see him at drinking spot, going to nightclub, chasing women and all those things. At the end of the day, the message is dented. It said that in a man's house, there are vessels of gold and of diamond, but if anyone shall separate himself from the latter, it shall be a vessel of honor prepared for the master's use. So it means that the master has a message. There are three things: the master, the mission, the mate.
Okay.
Master, mission, mate. God is the master. He has a mission, and you are the mate who is supposed to transfer that mission to the people.
Wow.
So if you don't subject yourself to the master for him to work on the container first, you become a disposable cup that is used and thrown away.
Wow. So per what you're saying now, then also we can also say that some of these gospel musicians are not in quote gospel musicians.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
If you are singing gospel music and at the end of the day we are doing the same things, then what makes us gospel musicians?
That is true. That is why the Bible says that the judgment will start in the house of God. Mm-hmm. Do you know why? Yeah. Because in the house of God, people are supposed to know more. Mm-hmm. It said to whom much is given, much is required of. So if there's going to be a judgment in the house of God first, then how about the world? So don't tell me I'm a gospel musician. Show me.
Wow.
Don't tell me, show me. There are people that I will never put on my platform. There are people I will never put.
People tagged gospel musicians or people tagged.
There are people I can even bring on their people who are tagged as secular. I can bring them on my stage rather than bringing their gospel person. I don't want to mention them because you are doing a
very serious.
I will tell you backstage. There are people I will bring on stage. Somebody say, "Well, who is this guy? Maybe who is his famous?" Let me tell you, fame is the lowest when it comes to the kingdoms of God. The lowest. It will shock you one day. We'll get to heaven, and those that are famous in this world, nobody knows them.
Wow.
The people, Charles Fennings, Wilson Moore, Reinhard Bonnke, Archbishop Benson Idahosa, the things they have done. Some people who are famous now, they have not done quarter, but they are famous.
Yeah.
One day you get to heaven, and it will shock you. Boss, there are people, somebody is in a church, is cleaning the washroom, is so diligent for 15, 20 years. Nobody knows him. And you think that you get to heaven, and you say you're a gospel musician, and you are doing different things, and you think that your reward will, or because you are famous, that means that in heaven you are famous. There are people, they are singing gospel, God will say, I never knew you. Or you didn't read that. He said, you healed in my name, you didn't say my name. He said, I never knew you. So me, I'm very careful. I'm telling you, I'm very, very, very careful. I'm very careful because what I'm doing, the gospel reggae, the reggae itself is a controversial genre.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to reggae, they use the reggae to send information, and most reggae artists send information to educate, to bring a culture, and sometimes they use it to fight the politicians. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a controversial genre. Yeah. So I'm very careful how I tread.
Wow. All right, so you think the gospel music industry, we are united?
Unity is the eye you see. If I see you as my brother, and you don't see me as your brother, I don't know unless you prove it. So for me, where I stand, I think that with the gospel music, for me, we are united. Because if I can do a program and call Akesi, if I can do a program and call Joe, I can do a program and call Carvis and Kofi, and they will come and support me. It's unity.
Okay.
I've not seen, well, I stand to be correct, I've not heard any gospel musician trying to fight each other on stage. Oh, I've not really heard in much,
well,
but
there have been many on social media. Maybe you have not.
Because seen. I've heard of, I mean, I don't want to mention name. Maybe the likes of Brother Sammy and all those people fighting over the songs, and Mina Metunium say, Mina me say, those things I think they are trivia. You see, frustration is evidence that you are carnal. Depression is an evidence that you are living in the flesh. When you are spiritual, you see, I can send an information, carnal, but if you are a spiritual person, you download it spiritual.
Wow.
And I can send a spiritual message. If you're a carnal person, you download it, carnal it. So the thing is not about it's the recipient. That's why I started saying that unity is the way you see it. If I love you and I love everybody in this industry, I never fight, I never argue. You know, people started trying to create controversial. Oh, Akesi is doing reggae, Nat Abbey is doing reggae, and trying to make. But me, Akesi is my friend, is my brother. We love each other. Akesi has put me on Agape Carnival before. Akesi has been on reggae nights 2013, 2014, 2016.
I like that.
So we are brothers. So if you are sitting back because of what you expect and what you are saying, you start fighting. That was your problem.
Wow. Wow. All right, so I'm about to play a music video from Nat Abbey. He calls this one Wonkwan. So this particular song, Wonkwan, is it Wonkwan or
Wonkwan? Only you.
Only you.
Yeah, Wonkwan.
And what inspired you to come out with this song?
When my mom died on the 23rd of June, it shook me because my mom was a very strong believer. We were fasting, hoping, praying to God that God will heal her. She didn't get healed and she died. I said, God, this is a woman that has believed in you so much. Why? And to me, my mom was everything. My mom was everything to me. So it shook me. I'm telling you, it shook me. So I was in my room and got my singers were just worshiping and the song just dropped. God told me that he's the closest friend I've ever known. And he's still closer than a brother. Though the mother is gone, but he's closer to me than even my mother. Because my mother will only see me. But he's with me when I'm bathing, when I sleep, when I'm eating, when I'm walking, everywhere I go. It's even closer than the hair on my head. And the song just burst out.
Wow. Wow. All right, so let's check this one out from Minister Nat Abbey. He calls this one Wonkwa. We'll be right back. All right, and that was the latest one from Minister Nat Abbey. How did you find it? Minister, that's a powerful video you have.
Wow, we thank God.
Now let's talk about your events. I know you have a couple of events you've been doing every year. Tell me something about the current one you're about to do.
Okay, so Gospel Reggae Night, they're going to be the 5th annual Gospel Reggae Night.
The 5th?
Yes, we did it we started 2013. It should have been the 6th. But we didn't do one in 2018 when my mom died. We did an album launch rather. So it's the 5th annual Gospel Reggae Night. So this year is a rebirth. And the focus is we want people to come there. We know that people have lost hope in the economy. They have given up. They have invested their money into banks and things. Banks are being closed. Life is becoming difficult for people. And it's even difficult for people not to compromise on their Christian value. But we are saying, come there. There's a pool. Previously, you know how the pool of Bethesda was stayed. The Bible says that the pool of Bethesda was stayed. And the one who jumped in got his miracle. There's going to be a pool of the fire of God going to be stayed. There's going to be a revival, a rebirth, a restoration of everything you have lost. And we believe in God that as you come to the Junction Mall on the 23rd of September, 4 p.m., and here seasoned men of God like Minister Jometo, somebody I love so much.
Okay, Jometo is coming.
Yes, Akesi Brimpong,
wow, and
Carvis Hammond,
wow,
Pastor Kofi,
wow,
Reason is also a reggae guy. My own father Rex Abbey is coming, flying all the way from UK to come for this event. And great ministers, Toda is going to be there. Yeah. Amazing.
But I like your band.
Wow, we thank God. We thank God. It's
The
to
Toda
God.
band.
We thank God. They are amazing people. They have been with us. They've sacrificed so much to come. Sometimes we don't have any money to pay them. We don't pay them. They do this wholeheartedly. And I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone. Ella, Joshua, all the team, everybody, your commitment, your sacrifice. I pray that God will bless you and give you what I can't give you.
Wow.
And so 23rd September
That's
is a
tomorrow.
Monday. Yes, it's tomorrow. 23rd September, a Monday. It's amazing. I'm telling you, it's going to be firework. It's going to be amazing. You're going to go there, come dressed in your jeans and your shoe, and you see the way I'm dressed. Just come there like that in a vibration. You know, we are mashed up the reggae music and the reggae style. You know, come on.
All right, so it's happening tomorrow, the 23rd of September at the Junction Mall, right?
Yeah, Junction Mall, Nungwa Barrier.
What time?
The time is 4 p.m. But you can get early because then you're gonna when you come there early, you're gonna enjoy some music from those rappers, choreography. Somebody's going to do beatbox. His name is Fitz. One amazing guy can do beatbox, rap, and sing at the same time.
Wow.
He's just amazing. That guy is amazing. Yeah. And there's rappers, their choreography, their poetry. Parrot Mouth is going to be there with comedy. Yeah. Obinate will be there.
Oh, okay.
My brother Obinate from Vision One is going to be there. So we're going to have a nice time. And we're going to close early because Tuesday is a working day. So by 9:30 we are done. We're going to be on time by 9:30.
So it's going to start at 4 p.m.
4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m.
So you watching us at home tomorrow at 4 p.m. You need to find your way to the Junction Mall, and that is where the Toda and Nat Abbey Ministries is having their program. What's the name of the program again? Rebirth. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. Don't forget, and it's free.
It's free. It's absolutely free.
So you can come with your family, come with your boyfriends, come with your girlfriends.
And let them come and repent and marry you on time. And then also, I want to add this. We're doing a community library in Nongwa.
Okay.
We are erecting a community library in Nongwa. We watched that Nongwa don't really have a strong library.
Okay.
And so we want to help one of the schools to erect a community library. So even though it's free, please, when you are coming, if it's even 5 cedi or 10 cedi, just come and support. Just come and support. We are not taking tickets. You come enjoy this music for free. And those who come early may even get some surprises, which I don't want to mention on set. But just come with something, 10 cedi, 5 cedi. It's not for us. We are going to do a community library. We're going to give books out to these young people to learn. We're going to support them. So please, come in your number.
All right, Minister, it was nice having you on today's show.
Yeah. Respect. Thank you. Bless you. Respect.
All right, so my name is Kwesi Keys, and you're watching the Sunday Group Show. Let's go for a break. We'll come back.
So what's with the citra and you may come for Sunny Gold Brown Sugar Mao. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, yes, no who run knife, fair, when you walk to a moon, attrition free. And a level no so dear. Yet the rabbi, no come as any bear, and more to send us into me. Ofania was a shen moon. Rabba no a good money your day, and a zip also done what to be two. Ufa cute noir, and what one moon and a level no so dear. Yet the rabbi, no come on. Ye sugar sticks and a so dear. What to me the show walk bed? Yeah. My hotels and a restaurant for you now. Ubenya Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, a war supermarket be. Freya one matru for so 0244 636322. Your website in a studio www.oxyindustries.com.
Food and Drugs Authority at Sunny Gold Brown Sugar adverti atum.
Awesome sugar.
All too soon, we've come to the end of today's show, and I know you enjoyed every bit of it. My name is Kwesi Keys, and this is how we do it every Sunday. I want to say a very big thank you to my sponsor, Sunny Gold Brown Sugar, for sponsoring today's program. I also want to say a very big thank you to Kiki Bees, and that's where we had our shoot today. But for now, I need to go. But you can find us on Facebook. The handle is Sunday Groove, on Instagram, The Sunday Groove Show, and of course on YouTube, The Sunday Groove Show. My name is Kwesi Keys, and I'm going to see you same time next week for another exciting episode. Bye for now.